Right, welcome to the channel. If you've not been here before, thanks for visiting. Hit the subscribe button if you like this video. We do more of this and some more Disney type videos. If you're subscribed already, thanks for coming back and watching this video. We do appreciate it. Now, we've been asked to do this video by a couple of our subscribers. So it's about DVC. Why did we do DVC? What to do if you're going to go and have a look at it yourself, you know, that kind of thing. So we need to go back to 2016, that's when we bought into it. So we were staying in AKL for 2 weeks and we got a really good deal. We got it for about £6 grand, just over £6 grand. That was with the flights, tickets and dining plan. However, the holiday broker did phone us back after we paid everything in full and signed a contract that they'd undercharged us by about £6 grand and they wanted the other £6 grand off us. We obviously politely declined to give them that. So anyway, it should have been 12 grand, but we got it for £6 grand. But anyway, we got the site, and then we quickly realised we can't stay off site ever again, because beforehand all we'd ever done is stay off site. We stayed in I-Drive mainly, so we were getting like the trolley and then the links 50 up. So it would take about an hour to get there and about an hour back. And we did really just want to experience that on the site, really handy to the parks, and what would it be like. So like I say, we really enjoyed AKL. We just knew we couldn't stay off site again, but at 12 grand there's no way our budget would have ever been able to stretch the 12 grand a year. It's impossible. And to be honest with you, I'd probably begrudge paying 12 grand every year just for your holiday. That's a big bill. That's a big bill to pay. So what we done, we heard about DVC, and we heard about them giving away a gift card and some fast passes if you just went and chatted to them. So we went down to the fella in the AKL lobby, had a chat with him. He was really helpful, and he arranged everything for us. He just arranged the van to pick us up the next day, and this is what I've got to say. So everything that you do with this, Disney just take care of it. It's no stress on you whatsoever. They take care of everything. So next morning, DVC van comes, picks us up. They drove us to Saratoga Springs, which is the headquarters for DVC. When we got there, the cast members took the kids and they just took them away, whisked them away. Said, "Don't have to worry about them. We'll take care of them." Okay, brilliant. We got a bit of a break. You go and watch the video. So me and the wife sat down and watched the DVC video, and then we were then introduced to Tony Taffy, who was the salesperson who was going to take us through everything and all the details on what it is you can get and what the basic everything about it. Now, one thing I will say about Tony is he didn't ever once make us feel like we had to purchase this. In fact, right from the start to the end and right the way through, he kept emphasising, you don't have to buy now. You can take this offer that we're going to give you now. We'll keep this offer there. You can even go home back to the UK, look through everything, and he points us to all the right places to go and look at. And then if you run a buy, you can then come and back to us and we'll keep that offer there for you on the table we're going to go through today. So, like I say, really brilliant. Not your typical timeshare salesperson, if you like. He obviously wanted to sell you it, but he was also not wanting to make you feel pressured into doing it. So he went through the details. Now, one thing, we're not timeshare fans. We're not someone who likes to be restricted on our holidays, because normally you think of a timeshare, it's you get an apartment for a set period of the year, and you buy that and that's it. So you're dead restricted and stuff like that. This isn't like that. This is a points-based system. So you can use your points at any time of the year on any one of the 14 resorts that's available to you, that you'll see on the video, that you'll see in a minute when I go to the computer. So you can stay there And you can also stay on the cruises, and you've also got access to another timeshare company, RCI. Now they have hotels all around the world. You can use your DVC points to stay on that. So like I say, you're getting points. You're buying a timeshare, but you've not got any of the restrictions of not having a timeshare. So you can look at all these different hotels and stuff like that, and you can go and stay wherever you want. Us personally, we only use it for Disney World. That's all we want it for, is Disney World, to stay on site in the deluxe resorts, and it suits us. But you might want to be wanting a little bit more flexibility, and as you'll see in a minute, it does give you that flexibility, gives you that range to use, which is great. So as you went through it, I started crunching the numbers together, looking at it. I can just see it's going to make a massive amount of savings for us, because of how regular we go, and because we want to stay on site and we want to stay in deluxe resorts. It made absolute sense for us to do it. Now, we were probably a little bit impulsive. We just signed on there and then, bang, we're on. We won 200 points and we're going to go for it now. We did come out of it, and both me and the wife did discuss, when did we do the right thing? Was a bit impulsive there. I know we crunched the numbers, I know we can afford it, but have we done the right thing? You know, you get that the butterflies in your stomach kind of feels like really nervous. But we said, right, we're not going to worry about it now. We've got a 15-day cooling off period, so we had a week left of the holiday, and so we had 7 days and 8 days back at home. So we said, what we'll do is we'll just enjoy the rest of the holiday, look at the benefits of being DVC is on site, and get a taste of the top of the world lounge and the discounts and all the other stuff that comes with it. And we enjoyed that last week as being DVC members. It was really nice. But then we got home, and then we went and done what I'm going to show you on the computer in a minute, and we came out of it, luckily enough, we come out of it doing what we've done. We said we got the right contract, we got the right resort, we got the Polynesian. We want to stay on the Polynesian, so we want to be able to book that 11 months out. And then what we found was we're probably a little bit shy on the points. So to be honest with you, we come out of it a bit fortunate. So please don't do what we done in terms of be impulsive and act on a whim, because as you'll see in a minute, this is a commitment, and it's a big commitment, and it is a must. It's not a must have, it's a nice to have. But let's have a look at the computer, let's see what you got to do, and then we'll take it from there. So if you're still with us, it means you're not bored, and you want to actually have a look at what you can do before you do going into the DVC kind of thing, if that makes sense. I know that makes sense, but we'll try. Anyway, so like I said before, it is really flexible. So we need to look at this page here, and before I go on, I'm going to leave all the links to the pages I'm going to go on to now in the description box below, for you to then go and have a look for yourselves if this is what you want to really have a look into and see if it's for you. So first thing I'd tell you to do is go and have a look at this page. This is the DVC points calendar, and this is going to tell you how many points you need per night for the resort at a certain time of the year. So 2021, you need to look at 2021. Don't look at 2020, because the points have gone from having 5 seasons to 7 seasons. I do talk about that in another video, and I'll leave a link to that video at the end of this one. So what we need to look at is the flexibility. So the flexibility is there. You're not tied to going to Disney World. You're not tied to going to a specific time of the year, and this page really drills that on. So like you say, you got the Disney collection here. So when my internet wants to work and decides to do anything, haha, here we are. So you can have a look. So you got your cruises on there. If I'll tell you what I would like to know is this here. I am a bit confused by this Walt Disney World Resort stuff here. If anyone knows, please leave a comment below, because when you click on it, it's telling me AKL, Wilderness Lodge, Beach Club, Yacht Club, and down the little small print, they've got it. There's a non-refundable $95 transaction fee applies when you're booking it. Well, hang on a minute. I book these places all the time, and I don't have to pay $95. So if anyone is more enlightened than I am on this, please drop a comment below. Let me know, because I haven't got a clue. Anyway, so you got your cruises, Adventures by Disney, and then you've got your concierge collection here, and you've got your whale collection. So these are hotels around the world that you can do. But anyway, let's go back to this. Because at the end of the day, the reason you're buying DVC is because you like Disney and you want to go back to Disney. So that's what we're going to concentrate on here. You go here, and you pick a resort, and it will give you points for the season. So let's click on our own resort. Let's be biased. Let's go biased. Why not? Polynesian Villas, right? So the Polynesian has a deluxe studio and a 2-bedroom bungalow. That is it. That is it. And then it's going to give you the types of views. So you've got your standard view and you've got your lake view. Then you've got your seasons down the left-hand side here. And then the points per night. So Sunday to Thursday is one price. Friday to Saturday is another price. And you can work out how many points you need from this chart. You can do it. But one way to do it, which is quite easy, is to go to somewhere like this. Go to your DVC points calculator. Now, there's more than just this one here. There's not only this one. You can just Google it, and you just put in Google DVC points calculator, and there's a few that come up. Doesn't matter. This is the one we tend to use, simply because it just lists it straight down. So say we want to go, July's come up, so let's do the 14th of July, and we're going to go for a week, and we're going to go to the 21st of July. Come down here. It's obviously going to give you prices here. That's if you wanted to rent off a DVC owner, but at the moment we're looking at how many points we need to buy. This will tell you how many points you need for the studio, 1-bed, 2-bed, Grand Villa, and Bay Lake, Beach Club. They're all in there. Saratoga Springs, Riviera Resort, so they're all there. So you can easily find out how many points you need for the time of the year you want to go, for the length of stay you want to stay at. So come back here. So there's one thing you need to consider, and that is the 7 months and 11 months. So your home resort will be the resort that you buy again. So like I say, our home resort is the Polynesian, so we can book our Polynesian holiday 11 months out before we go. At the same time, we can do our flights. If you wanted to stay somewhere else on site, it's 7 months. But what we tend to do is we'll book the 2 weeks that we want to go in the Polynesian, and then as we get to the 7 months, we'll start transferring the points over to another resort if they're available. But one good tip I will give you is, if you want to stay in a Polynesian, because it has only got the studio and the bungalow, and the cost of a bungalow is ridiculous. It will cost you an immense amount of points. I think we've got enough points to stay for 1 night a year, right? So honestly, it's really ridiculous. The studios will go out by the owners 11 months out. However, as I've just said, we'll book the Polynesian 11 months out. We'll then book at 7 months out, start transferring the points over to somewhere else. So you may or may not get a Polynesian studio, but if you really want to stay in the Polynesian, I would advise you to definitely go with the Polynesian if they have points to sell for that resort. What we need to do then is you need to go and discover. Go onto this page then and have a look at this. This is again as another good page. So this is your discover the membership page. So on here it's going to give you the available resorts. As you can see, we've got the Copper Creek, Aulani, which is over in Hawaii, and we've got Riviera Resort. So as you can see, it's not cheap. So I think it's $23,000 for 100 points. So 100 points is the minimum, and you can take this sliding scale and you can move it to wherever it is up to 300 points, and it'll give you the price straight away. There we go, and it'll tell you how much you got to pay per month. Finance from, so that's $497 a month, and he'll give you all that lovely stuff. Because we're in the UK, we have restrictions, so we can't buy online. Also, I would suggest it's probably best to go and talk to DVC at one of their centres, because there might be other resorts available to you that they're not putting online, and you just need to go and have a chat with them. You can have a real good, you can barter with them, I suppose, and see what kind of price, you know, and haggle the price. I'm not sure you can do that online. Maybe someone who's from the States could let us know down below what the process is online, because like I say, in the UK we can't do it. Before I move on, you really need to consider this next bit. This is the most important thing as well, is this here. 2020 dues billed monthly. This will go up annually. It'll change from year to year, and you are tied in for the length of your contract to pay this every year. So membership dues, DVC do have a page on it, but for some reason, I don't know whether it's because we're in the UK or some other weird reason, when I do the drop down box, there's only 4 resorts. Well, what if I don't want to buy at one of them resorts? How do I need to find out? You can put in Google again, DVC, annual dues, and there'll be a couple of results come up, and you'll find something like this at this. And these by the way, just these websites I'm doing for this one and for the points calculator here, these are, so this is DVC rental store, so you can rent your points here. If you wanted to give a little trial, I don't know, maybe someone who likes to try before they buy, I don't know. You can go, well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to buy a week in a DVC resort and I'm going to rent it off an owner. You can go to somewhere like DVC Rentals. But also here, you've got the resales DVC. So this is where you can come to do resales, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But yeah, if you wanted to go down the resale, you'd come to somewhere like this. Oh, I'd also just say, this guy here, David's Vacation Club Rentals, we've used them to rent our points out. And I've got to say, he's very credible. He is true to his word. If I was to recommend anyone to do any kind of rental, so if you were going to go and try before you buy, I'd highly recommend this guy here. But obviously, have a look around. You can use these guys up here as well. It's up to you where you want to do. So anyway, back to the dues. So as you can see, so AKL is $7.66 per point. So this is how much you are going to pay per point. So the more points you buy, the more you're going to have to give Disney each year for your annual dues. So they had a 3.1% increase from last year. And this one, Aulani, so your post-July, pre-July are different. It's about 6%. Both 6% increases. That's quite high for me. For us, we're Polynesian, so at the moment we pay $6.79 per point. We had an increase of 0.4%. Have a look at this. Look at OK West. It's had an 8.4% increase. Your bill has gone up 8% from last year if you are at OK West, and you are tied into that for the length of the contract. And ours is 50 years, so we're tied into paying these dues for 50 years. So this is what I'm saying. You need to really think, contemplate, really look at your budget. And when you're doing it, just remember, this is a nice to have. It's not a must. You don't have to have it. It's a nice to have. But it's a bill at the end of the day. For me, over everything else, this is the most important figure you need to look at. You've got the one-off payments, and you're going to have to pay that off, and you can have it on a loan for 10 years. You can pay it off on one if you have enough money. Don't know. I mean, so this is forever, for the length of the contract. So it's for 50 years. So we've got to pay that for 50 years. So once you've done all that, and you've looked at all that, you need to look at, well, how am I going to buy? This is what you need to look at now. Is it going to be direct with Disney? Is it going to be resale? And we have this page here to go to. So in this one, you can see here, there's the clear benefits. So you got the list of benefits down here on the left hand side, and then you've got what you're available with your DVC. Obviously there's a green tick with everything because your DVC only direct. Or if you buy resale, you've got a lot of red X's there. And then you've got this one, which is a depends. So the only thing you're going to get what DVC that you're going to buy by buying resale and getting DVC is you're going to be able to use the World Collection and the Top of the World Lounge. You're going to be able to use them too, right? But all of these you're not going to be able to. So discounts on theme park tickets, you're not going to be able to do member cruises. You can't do exclusive member events. You don't get dining discounts, shopping discounts, recreation discounts. You can't use the Disney Cruise Line with your points. You can't use your Disney Collection resorts. And so on and so on. But there's something else that we really need to take into consideration here when we are talking about resale or direct. So what we've got is these 3 bullet points here. So what it's basically saying is, as of January in 2019, if you bought resale at the Riviera Resort, you can only use the Riviera Resort for them points. You cannot stay anywhere else. So all that flexibility I spoke to you about just before has gone out the window. You can't do it. You're restricted. If you buy a resale of any of those resorts, so say if you bought points off myself and I used to sell my points and you bought them, you could use them at the Disney Polynesian any other 14 resorts, you just wouldn't be able to use Riviera or any other resorts that come into play after that date. So what we've got then is also another thing we need to look at in terms of resale is you may go to this site here, you might find a deal, you get a deal, you go and agree a price, so much per point for so many points, and you're going through the contract and you've got everything ready to go. You've got this thing called right of first refusal, and what that is that once you've agreed the contract, once you've agreed the sale with someone, that offer goes to Disney, and Disney then say, yeah, no, we'll buy them at that price, or they don't. Now what you're basically doing with resale is you're doing the haggling for Disney. And then Disney could come along and go, well, we actually want to buy that now. So if you get something it's a ridiculous price, really, really cheap for so many, Disney are going to buy them. Disney are going to take them back off you, and then they're going to go back and sell them direct through their own DVC sales, and they'll be able to give a full membership, full 50 years for them points where you wouldn't have been getting it. So for me, we're looking at buying more, and I'll be honest with you, we're not going resale. We will be going direct again, but we will be sitting down with DVC to go through what it is we want, how many points we want, and where to buy and what they have on offer, and try and haggle a price off them ourselves. Right guys, in a nutshell, that's it. That's what you're going to look at to see if you're thinking about getting into DVC. Just one thing I'd like to add, I didn't mention it before, is in 2019, so when we went back in 2019, so this is 3 years after we bought the DVC, this is how much detail that Disney put into this, is the guy, Tony Taffy, who sold us the contract, he sent us an email about 2-3 days after we booked the hotel in 2019, saying welcome home, and seeing that he'd booked it. So I just thought that was a nice little touch. Like I say, not a typical timeshare salesperson, I suppose. But anyway, that's it in a nutshell. That's it. That's why we did DVC and what we'd suggest you do if you was thinking about getting into DVC. If you've liked this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. You can click that subscribe button. And hope to see you soon.